Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Erica Quamme with the House Hunters team. Today we're going to be talking about multiple offers and what that means for our buyers. So what I've done is I tracked down our listing specialist, Adam, to help us answer some of those questions today. So get ready and tune in. So Adam, we want to start things off by asking from a buyer's perspective, what would a seller like to see in a multiple offer situation when it comes to terms?
Well, that's a great question. One of the things that my sellers really like to see is a shortened inspection period. By shortening that inspection period and getting through the negotiations, our sellers have the peace of mind that their offer is moving forward sooner rather than taking 7, 10, 12 days to get the inspection figured out. So if your buyers can drop that inspection period down, sellers definitely would like to see that.
Okay, Adam, so besides the inspection period, what else can you tell our buyers that we can do to strengthen our offer?
Another big one, closing date. Before an offer is written, it's important that you as a buyer's agent contact the listing agent to see what the seller prefers for a closing date. As close as you can get to that as possible, that's definitely going to make your offer stand out amongst others. Even just taking the time to call the listing agent to show that you're on the ball means a lot and will go a long way in a multiple offer situation.
Perfect. So inspection period, closing date, anything else?
Earnest money. Increase your earnest money. Your earnest money comes off of your down payment anyway, so why not offer up as much earnest money as possible to show that you're very serious about purchasing that home.
Okay, inspection period again, closing date, earnest money, anything else?
Well, a big one that we run into a lot is closing costs. Closing costs is a reality. Every buyer has to pay closing costs, and oftentimes we find that those buyers are asking the sellers to help out with those closing costs. If you can reduce those, that's obviously ideal. Otherwise, you can raise the offer price to help compensate for some of those closing costs that you're asking the seller to contribute.
Okay, but you have to be careful with that one, correct? With raising your price?
You do, because it's all good to raise your price $10,000 to cover $10,000 in closing costs, but you have to worry about the appraisal. If that house is already priced at the top of the market, you have to be very careful in how much you raise that price to compensate for closing costs. So if you're at the top of the market, the best bet would be reduce the closing costs as much as possible.
Okay, Adam, one last question. Now, me being a buyer's specialist, has there been anyone out there that's just gone over the top to present an offer that you can comment on?
Yeah, great question. Actually, there has been. When an offer comes in, my job as a listing specialist is to call the lender to check in and say, hey, where's this buyer at? What are they qualified for? What jumped out at me was actually the buyer's agent had the lender call me. I didn't have to chase them down. Lenders are very busy, sometimes hard to get a hold of. So if they're calling me, say, hey, you just received an offer from Joe Johnson, our mutual client. Here's all the details you need to know to help you. And hopefully we can move forward with this purchase agreement. That goes a long way for me, and that goes a long way for our sellers, showing that that lender is committed to the process and committed to their buyer.
Okay, so in conclusion, Adam has given us 5 amazing tips to prepare yourself in a multiple offer situation, and I just want to recap those real quickly so you keep those in mind when writing an offer. The first one is shorten your inspection period. Make sure that window is a lot shorter than 10 days. The second one is closing date. Call the listing agent. What closing date works best with the sellers? The third is the more earnest money, the better. The fourth is reduce your closing costs if you can. And the fifth one, the most important, is find a committed lender who can actually call that listing agent to explain how strong a buyer you are. So this is Erica and Adam from the House Hunters team. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.